There's this question that trips up so many managers, and it's this. Why do some teams just comply while other teams are truly deeply committed? Today, we're going to build a mental model, we'll call it the leadership pyramid, that really breaks down how you go from just managing tasks to making a real impact. Let's dive in. So, let's start right here with this crucial question. Are you a boss or are you a leader? I mean, it sounds simple, but the difference is, well, it's everything. See, a boss just tells people what to do, but a leader makes them want to do it. And that's the core idea we're going to unpack. So, what even is true leadership? It's definitely not about having the corner office or a fancy title on your business card. It's exactly this: the ability to guide, to motivate, and to empower. But here's the key phrase, the one we're going to keep coming back to: through influence, not just authority. That right there, that's the secret sauce. All right, so to really understand this, we're going to build our pyramid in three distinct layers. First, we'll lay down the leader's foundation. Then, we're going to build on top of that by connecting with your people. And finally, we'll get to the very top with leading through action. Okay, let's jump into section 1, the leader's foundation. This is the absolute base of our pyramid. Think about it. If this part isn't solid, if your vision and values are shaky, everything else you try to build on top is eventually just going to crumble. So how do you actually build this foundation? Well, it all starts with you. Step 1, lead by example. Your actions have to match your words. And when you do that consistently, it naturally leads to step 2, defining a clear vision. People see what you stand for. Once you have that vision, you've got to talk about it clearly and constantly. And you know what happens when you do all of those things? The natural result is step 4. You build trust. It's cause and effect. And why is this foundation just so critical? It's because people don't just follow a manager, right? They follow a mission. When you, as a leader, have a super clear purpose and direction, it gives the entire team something real to rally behind. It connects their day-to-day grind to a much bigger picture. Okay, let's move up to the next layer of our pyramid. Section 2 is all about connecting with your people. This is where we shift from the what and why of your vision to the who, your team. This whole section is about making that huge leap from just having authority to having genuine influence. Now, emotional intelligence, or EQ, it can sound a little fuzzy sometimes, can it? But it's actually incredibly practical. I mean, look at this. It's about actively trying to understand your team's perspective. It's about you keeping your cool when things get stressful. It's making a point to celebrate the wins, big and small. And it's handling disagreements calmly. This isn't soft stuff. This is the engine that builds teams that can weather any storm. And this quote it hits the nail on the head. Just let it sink in for a second. Influence, not authority, drives engagement and cooperation. Authority might get you compliance, sure. But influence? That's what earns you real, honest commitment. Let's look at this side by side, because the difference is just huge. Over here on the left, you've got authority. It commands people. It relies on your job title. It's something that is given to you. But look at the right. Influence is totally different. It inspires people. It relies on your credibility, who you are. And here's the key. It has to be earned. So, how do you earn it? It's not magic. It's pretty much a formula. It's competence. Your team has to believe you actually know what you're talking about. It's integrity. They have to trust that you mean what you say. And it's persuasion, using logic and data to make your case, instead of just saying, because I'm the boss. And that brings us to the very peak of our pyramid, section 3, leading through action. This is where it all comes together. This is where your solid foundation and your strong connections get translated into actual real-world results by empowering your team to get things done. And the core idea here is so simple but so powerful. Great leaders are multipliers. They empower their people. They don't become bottlenecks by getting bogged down in every single little detail. They don't micromanage. So here's the roadmap for empowerment. It starts by delegating real responsibility, not just tasks. Give people ownership. Then your job is to be a guide. You provide support, but you fight that urge to jump in and take over. Doing that builds the trust you need for step 3, creating an environment where people actually feel safe enough to speak up. And the whole thing is fueled by step 4, giving feedback that's meant to build people up, not tear them down. Okay,
There's one final piece that holds all of this action together, and that's decision making. The way you make decisions, and maybe more importantly, what you do after you make them, can either build or completely destroy all the trust you've worked so hard to create.
Look, an effective leader follows a process. You gather the info, you evaluate your options, and then you act decisively. But it's this last step, step 4, that truly defines a leader. Taking accountability for the outcome, good or bad, but especially when things go wrong. That single act is what builds unbreakable trust and respect. So there you have it, the leadership pyramid. It all starts with a rock-solid foundation of vision and values. From there, you build up by creating a genuine connection with your people. And you reach the peak by taking decisive, empowering action. You see, each layer supports the one above it. So if you only remember a few things, let it be these. First, leadership is influence. It is not your job title. Second, a clear vision isn't a nice to have. It is your non-negotiable foundation. Third, emotional intelligence is the bridge that connects that vision to your people. And finally, all of that leads to empowerment and decisive action, and that's what gets results. That's the pyramid at work. And that brings us to one final thought for you to take with you. Looking at this whole pyramid, from the foundation all the way up to action, what is one single step, big or small, that you can take today to build your leadership?